There comes a moment, a quiet, violent rupture, where the life you've been living can no longer coexist with the person you were pretending to be. Not because you're broken, not because you're lost, but because something deep inside you has finally awakened, and it will no longer settle for the shallow echoes of comfort. You feel it, a pull in your chest, a tension behind your eyes, like the future is trying to speak to you in a language your past was never meant to understand. That's not anxiety, that's potential. That's vision clawing its way out of the cage of your old identity. And I'll tell you the truth, not the sugar-coated lie society keeps selling you. The life you dream of, the impact, the success, the freedom, it will never come to the version of you who's standing still. Your new life demands a new you, one forged in fire, one anchored in belief, one built, not born. You see, most people walk through this world asleep, not because they don't have dreams, but because they refuse to wake up and become the person their dreams require. They chase outcomes without ever changing their operating system. They want wealth with the habits of poverty. They want freedom with the discipline of a prisoner. They want transformation without shedding a single layer of who they used to be. But success, real, lasting, legacy-level success, is not a reward. It's a reflection, a mirror held up to your mind, showing you exactly who you are when no one is watching. That's why you must understand, before the world sees the new you, you must first bury the old one. Not with shame, but with gratitude, because the old you, the tired you, the doubting you, the distracted you, got you here. But here is not where your story ends. The mind is soil. Whatever you plant, it will grow. Doubt, it grows. Excuses, they multiply. But so does belief. So does purpose. So does unshakable clarity, if you learn how to plant it daily. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But belief is not magic. It is muscle. You must train it, stretch it, feed it, until it becomes unbreakable. Because you cannot build a skyscraper of success on the foundation of a shack. It starts inside, with mindset, with the unseen, with what you tell yourself in silence. Because every result in your outer world is just an echo of your inner dialogue. And that dialogue, it's either leading you or limiting you. Every day you speak to yourself in stories. I'm not ready, I'm not enough, I don't have what it takes. Lies, conditioned, repeated, reinforced lies, passed down by parents who were afraid, teachers who didn't see you, friends who settled. But you are not here to repeat their cycle. You are here to break it, to shatter every mental chain that told you to shrink when you were born, to expand. You think, Edison built the light bulb because he had a positive attitude? No. He built it because he had an obsession. He saw the invisible. He worked through darkness with a mind that refused to surrender. 10,000 failures? To him, they were 10,000 clarifications of truth. That's the mindset of greatness. Not convenience, conviction. And that's what your new life is waiting on. Not more time, not more resources, not more followers, but more conviction. You must wake up every day and decide, not hope, decide who you are and who you will no longer be, until your future self becomes your present standard, until your habits bow to your mission, not your mood. Because the new you doesn't ask for permission to grow. The new you doesn't explain hunger to the content. The new you is a force, disciplined, focused, relentless. And that's where this story turns. Not when you feel motivated, but when you start moving in the direction of your highest self, whether you feel ready or not. Readiness is a myth. If you wait until you're ready, you will still be waiting a decade from now, older, angrier, and wondering why your life still looks the same. You weren't born ready. You were born capable of becoming ready. That's the difference between the average and the elite. The average wait for certainty. The elite move anyway, and every step they take in fear becomes a step taken in faith. Faith not in luck, but in their vision. Because vision is not seeing with your eyes. It's seeing with your conviction, with your will, with your decision to believe in a reality that doesn't exist yet, but will, because you said so. Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right." And that's not philosophy. That's physics of the mind. Your dominant thoughts are the blueprint, and your habits are the construction crew. So, what are you building? What are you feeding every single day? Because you will never outgrow the identity you keep feeding. And here's the brutal truth. Most people lose the battle before they even get to the battlefield. They lose in their routines, they lose in their discipline, they lose in the quiet conversations they keep having with the version of themselves that should have been buried years ago. But not you. You are here because something inside you refuses to die quietly. You are here because there's a part of you that's done being a prisoner to procrastination, done being a servant to self-doubt, done bowing to the opinions of people who aren't building anything. This is where clarity comes in, not motivation, not inspiration, clarity, because clarity is power. And most people are powerless not because they're weak, but because they're unclear. They've never defined what success means to them. They've never carved out their true purpose. They're chasing goals that were handed to them by society, by family, by fear. But the new you moves with precision. You don't just want more money. You want abundance with alignment. You don't just want success. You want success that reflects your soul, not just your bank account. And to get there, you need vision so clear it burns. Not vague hopes, but crystal-cut non-negotiables. The new you is a surgeon with your focus. You eliminate, you cut, you guard your energy like royalty. You understand that clarity is not about doing more. It's about removing what doesn't belong in your future. Because purpose is not found in more. It's found in less, but deeper. Less distraction, deeper focus, less obligation, deeper meaning, less noise, deeper alignment. You will not build your highest life in a fog of maybe. You build it with the fire of I must. And once you know what you must do, once you know who you are becoming, you anchor it in discipline, not the rigid, joyless discipline of punishment, but the sacred, powerful discipline of devotion. Because when you're truly aligned with your purpose, discipline stops feeling like restriction and starts feeling like freedom. That's what the greats understood. Walt Disney didn't stumble into an empire. He outworked, outdreamed, and out-disciplined every limitation placed on him. Rejection letters, financial ruin, He kept showing up because his vision wasn't rented, it was owned. And ownership demands consistency. There's a version of you so relentless, so focused, so locked in that even your old excuses stop showing up because they know they're not welcome here anymore. You don't wait to feel ready. You move and readiness catches up. You don't hope for success. You build systems that guarantee it. And you don't chase a high. You chase your standard. Because you know now motivation fades, but standards remain. And your life will never rise above the standard you tolerate. So what's the standard now? Are you still measuring your effort against comfort or against the life you say you want? Because the new you has no backup plan. The new you burns the boats. The new you shows up when it's hard, when it's raining, when no one's clapping, when the reward hasn't arrived yet. Because it's not about the reward anymore. It's about becoming someone worthy of it. You are not chasing results. You are becoming the kind of person who commands them. This is identity work now, not hustle, not hype, reconstruction, a full demolition of who you were, so that who you truly are can rise. And this rising, this resurrection, it's not loud. It's daily. It's built in silence, in routine, in the choices you make when nobody is watching. Your new life demands a new you, and that demand is not optional. It is a contract. And every morning you choose whether to sign it. There is no breakthrough without breakdown. There is no transformation without tension. So if it feels hard right now, if your mind is stretching, your heart is aching, your old habits are screaming, good. That means you're doing it right. You're stepping into the friction where growth lives. You're shedding the old skin. You're standing at the edge of the identity you've outgrown and staring into the vast unknown, where the real you waits to be built. Most will turn back at this point. Most will retreat into what's familiar. Not because it's better, but because it's safer to repeat the past than risk becoming someone new. But let me remind you of something. Safety is a lie. Security is an illusion. Because there is nothing safe about wasting your life in slow decay. There is nothing secure about shrinking your potential so you don't disturb the comfort of people who never dared to dream. You want safety? Build something eternal. Build a mind that can't be shaken. Build a spirit that doesn't crack when storms come. Build a vision so powerful the world has no choice but to adjust to it. And that kind of safety doesn't come from the outside. It comes from self-mastery. Self-mastery is the real secret. It's the hidden chapter in every success story, the part they don't put on Instagram, the nights you stay up learning when everyone else is sleeping, the mornings you rise before the sun because your dreams don't sleep, the discipline to say no to what you want now for who you're becoming tomorrow. Most people are slaves to impulse, slaves to emotion, slaves to every opinion, every algorithm, every ounce of external validation. But the new you is governed by vision, led by principle, built on command, not convenience. Because if you can master yourself, your mind, your time, your energy, you will never again need to beg the world for success. You will attract it naturally, inevitably, unapologetically, because success flows to the aligned, to the prepared, to the disciplined. And make no mistake, this world rewards clarity. It rewards boldness. It rewards the person who walks into the room and doesn't ask for permission to be great because they've already granted it to themselves. You must be that person. You must live as if your vision is inevitable. Because when you live that way, when you speak it, breathe it, walk it, you start attracting people, opportunities, and resources that match the new you. This isn't magic. This is magnetism. And it only happens when your identity aligns with your destiny. But here's the catch. To become that version of yourself, you have to be willing to let go of everything that no longer fits. That means the habits. That means the ego. That means the opinions of people who never saw the real you to begin with. Let them go. Let the small talk die. Let the approval fade. Let the noise pass through you. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be legendary. And legends are not born. They are forged. They are chiseled in isolation, tempered by struggle, and crowned by the quiet satisfaction of knowing they never folded when life hit back. So let life hit. Let the pressure build. Let the fear rise, because pressure is what creates precision, and fear is what reveals what matters most. You are not fragile. You are forged, and every challenge you face right now is just training for the person you're about to become. Because your new life won't be handed to you. It will demand everything from you. It will ask for sacrifice, for evolution, for complete rebirth. And you won't always be motivated. You won't always feel like doing it. But that's exactly where the new you is born, in the moments where the old you would have quit, and you decide to continue. Not out of hype, but out of honor. Honor for the future you've promised yourself. Honor for the gifts you were given. Honor for the lives you're going to impact just by becoming who you were always meant to be. Because this is not just about you. This is about the generations that will rise because you chose not to fall. This is about the legacy you're writing right now with every choice, every breath, every second of focused effort. So ask yourself, are you still playing the game by the rules of who you were? Or are you ready to start moving like the person who owns the next chapter? Because your new life is already waiting, and it doesn't recognize the old you anymore.